Hey folks, it's Finn. Welcome to Plymouth Pride. So this is easily one of the prettiest locations for Pride. I mean, look at the view behind me. So today at Pride, rather than just blogging all the lovely rainbows and lovely fabulous people, I want to talk about something pretty serious actually. I love Pride so much. I always have done. They've been a space for me to really be me and to be relaxed and feel accepted. And coming out as trans, I found Prides can sometimes be quite difficult because a lot of the times when people talk about Pride, they often say, oh, I'm going to gay Pride. And that wipes out the rest of us in the LGBTQI spectrum. So it might seem like a little thing to some people, but to us it's a really big deal. It's difficult as well because now I am read completely as male. I can be completely invisible. I haven't got a trans t-shirt on today. So as far as anybody knows, I'm just maybe a gay chap. And that makes me a little bit sad because I want people to know that trans people exist and trans people are at Pride as well. So I want to talk to a few people today about how they feel about this and why it is so important when we're talking about Pride to remember that it's LGBT Pride or just Pride rather than calling it gay Pride. And I know people don't do this on purpose, it's just automatic, but it is so important. So let's talk to a few people about why it is so very, very important to trans people to feel included at Prides. So it's very, very exciting because this year at Plymouth Pride we have a trans zone. How amazing. First time it's ever been run. It's a specific little tent, especially for trans information. You can hang out, talk to other trans people, get some info, just feel welcomed and supported. And it was incredible. The two wonderful people that set this up have just announced it on the stage.
It's been wonderful to see so many trans flags, so many rainbow flags, so many of the non-binary flags and other gender identity flags around.
And I'm now going to go and see if they will chat to me about why they felt it was important to start this trans zone. So I'm here with
Amber,
Erin.
And tell me a little bit about yourselves.
So me and Erin are the co-founders of Not Alone, which is a transgender and non-binary support group which is set up in Plymouth in March. It's grown massively. We've had like loads of interest in it. We have about 15 to 25 people each week coming to our support group.
I must come.
You must come. You should do, yeah, more than welcome. And yeah, we're here at Pride today in Plymouth. It's amazing.
I came here to do a vlog today, especially about being trans at Pride and how we're left out. And I found a trans zone, which it was just a complete shock to me. I didn't even know it was here. I hadn't looked up.
Yeah.
So this is the first time Plymouth's had a trans zone, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
You two are responsible for this.
Yes, so we've, Not Alone, we've been really thrilled to be involved in setting up this trans zone full of like loads of different stalls, different groups, different organisations come along, all to support the trans community, all to show everyone at Pride what being trans is all about.
Wonderful.
That's right, yeah.
And why is it so important for trans people to include in Pride? I'm stating the obvious here, but
It's stating the obvious. I mean, so often trans people are like left out of the kind of Pride celebrations and not mentioned, but now is the time really. There's so many more people like feeling like they can come out and feeling more accepted as being trans. That now is the time where we really need to push this visibility and get you know, the transgender agenda out there.
absolutely. That's
You know,
amazing.
We need to be seen, we need to be heard, and that's how we're going to become more accepted everywhere.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's amazing. Thank you both so much.
No problem. Have a brilliant Pride.
Thank you. So I'm now joined with,
Hi, I'm Charlie.
and Charlie, how many Prides have you been to at Plymouth?
Plymouth, this is my first one at Plymouth.
Okay, but you go to a lot by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm kind of looking at today and asking people about is being trans at Pride and how that feels, because I've often felt that I'm quite invisible, especially now I'm read correctly. People just don't realise I'm trans, or they just assume I'm gay or whatever. And you hear people on the stage introduce themselves and they say, hello gays, hello
Yeah,
lesbians,
yeah.
and nobody mentions trans
No
people.
one.
And when people talk about pride, they often say gay pride. So how does that make you feel?
Yeah, you're right. You do feel like completely invisible, and it's annoying because like if I go with my partner who is read as female, people think, oh, why is there a straight couple at Pride?
Yeah.
And it's like you're not part of it, and it's just really annoying. It's like it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. So what can people do to make it better, do you think?
Stop saying gay pride.
Yeah, that goes without saying, doesn't it? Have you
Yeah.
checked out the trans zone today? I think seeing that helps, doesn't
That
it?
helps, yeah. Just a more visible trans presence
Yes.
is definitely important. And I think over the years I've seen more and more openly trans people being more visible. Which
There's
is
certainly
nice.
been loads and loads of flags this year, which has made my day.
Yeah, yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is
Ricky.
Ricky.
Hi, Ricky.
Sorry, I mustn't do that. I mustn't do it. I do know this person, by the way, so I can harass him a little bit.
No, he can't.
Anyway, I've harassed him. I mean, asked him, and he's volunteered. So, how do you feel as a non-visible
Yeah.
trans person? I mean, that's the
Yes.
thing with us now, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're not visibly trans unless we are flagged up.
Flagged up and t-shirts up.
Yeah, yeah.
I think, like, over the years, obviously last year I came all flagged up, as you do. This year, it kind of feels, I even said it just now to a couple of friends, I was like, I kind of feel like I'm the person that's come with the gay lot because I feel like I had to do it to fit in. But actually, I shouldn't have to feel like that. But it does make you feel like that. Like, openly I've said, like, if I want to be visible, I take my top off to show, like, surgery scars and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But it's great to be visible, but I like the fact that we can fit in, but I feel like you sort of sink into the background a bit.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously a couple of years ago, I'd be like quite wah about it. Yeah, I think it's just major. Like,
We were here last year, weren't we?
We
There was
were.
a few complaints because of the
my
way
other half made a big complaint.
Yeah, well, there was loads of really bad trans
there
slurs,
was,
wasn't there?
Yeah, which was awful. And like, but the fact, I mean, I didn't feel like I could go up and actually say something, whereas my other half sort of was like, nope, I need to go and say something on your behalf, because I felt like I could go and say anything because I was flagged up, I had my top off and stuff, and there were scars showing. So you kind of like a bit like, well, actually, if I go and say something, then it just looks like I'm just making a point, whereas I shouldn't have to make a point. It is LGBT at the end of the day, not gay pride, which people use it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know. Let's get on our trans soapbox
Yeah,
a minute
let's
and go,
do it.
come on. And how do you feel about the fact that there's a trans space here for the first time?
I think that's amazing,
Isn't it?
especially in where we are, because I mean Plymouth being quite a small community, the fact that people are actually making it a big effort in, and they mentioned earlier they put a trans speaker up on stage.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And that was huge, because normally, as I said, it would be like you'd come and they would go, oh, focused on the gay stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, in welcoming everybody in, not even just trans people. I mean, we had a couple of people on the parade behind us sort of being like, oh, I'm against straight people. Well, actually, if it wasn't for people that were being allies and the trans community and stuff, then it wouldn't be as big as it is today.
You are a wise soul, Ricky.
I have my moments.
Oh my God, so true.
I have my
So
moments.
true. Thank you, buddy.
It's all right. We love him.
I love Ricky. Okay, so I'm now joined with
Adam.
I knew who he is, but I wanted him to introduce himself. So, Adam, thank you. I am talking to loads of different trans people today, just about how it feels to be trans at Pride.
Well, I mean, I think it's just so important for more people to realise that it's not just gay pride. Like, you hear so many people, like so many friends will just be like, oh, you're going to gay pride?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to Pride. Like, I came here with a youth group today, and out of about 25 of them, I only say like 2 of them aren't trans or gender fluid, gender variant of anything. So
It's incredibly important for them, isn't it? I mean, I watch trans people, young trans people who sit in the front of stages, and everybody gets mentioned apart from trans people, and I just feel really bad for them.
so I feel like if I didn't have like the flag on my face, people would just be like, oh, there's like a gay guy over
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Like, even though I'm walking around with my girlfriend. Like,
And what about the trans space that's here this year?
I've not actually checked it out yet because it's been like really busy every time I've gone over. But I think I'll probably check it out in a bit. Trans Pride was great though.
Yes. Yeah, it is wonderful, isn't it? But I think for me personally, I don't want to see a splitting of communities.
No.
It's so important to have trans pride and have that space. but we do need to make sure that all prides, there's so many now,
I
that
know.
we're all...
If you look around, because I'm sure you've done a lot of walking around, you see how many flags there are. Like there's all the flags, like this, like obviously everyone's got rainbow flags, but there's so many flags that I think loads of people wouldn't have seen before.
Yeah. So what would you like to see in the prides in the future to help make trans people feel more at home at prides?
I just think more people need to stop saying gay pride.
Yeah.
Just say pride. I mean, you're adding an extra symbol
It is
anyway.
easy, isn't it?
Like, just
People say,
I'm going to
oh, what are you
pride."
moaning about? It doesn't matter. But it really does, doesn't it? It really does. It's a simple thing. Just simply drop a words and then we're all happy, aren't we?
Yeah, say pride.
Absolutely. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. It's been a really, really lovely day. It's been absolutely amazing actually to see so many trans flags. It's always lovely to see that. Because let's face it, it's fantastic having trans pride, but it should be about trans inclusivity at every pride, not just trans pride. Thank you to everyone that came up and allowed me to interview you. Lovely to hear your voices. We need to hear more of us, more trans people's voices at every pride, not just trans pride.
'Cause you were born this way, baby. You were born this way, baby! I'm beautiful in my way. Stop and go mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way. You used to put it into love your friend. Born in my way.